family. Did you not read the colony policy that defined you as company property? That wavers your say in autonomy. The conglomerates got you in lock and key. We are a family forged in bureaucracy. No I in team, but there's con in economy. Were you expecting adventure? Were you hoping for fun? My friend, you're indentured and pleasures exempt from your tenure, so venture back down to your slum. You should have read the fine print, my friend. Should have read the fine print. You should have read the fine print, my friend. Should have read the fine print.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to Manapot Studios. I am your GM for the evening, Karen Rossmore, and my pronouns are he, him. Welcome back to All That Glitters Explodes. Sorry for the delay in this. Just some things happened that were unavoidable. So we're back. And as always, I have here with me the crew of the Fool's Gold. I will allow them to reintroduce themselves, starting off with Flimsy.
Hello, I'm JStation64, pronouns he, him, playing Flimsy, playing Flimsy, the dwarf mechanic, whose pronouns are also he, him. And Flimsy is dubious about having recently walked into a very confusing prison.
I think as a dwarf, your pronouns would be hi-ho, hi-ho. I'm sorry.
That's offensive.
It is, and I apologize. Hi, everyone.
That's hysterical.
My name is Krifu Bernal. My pronouns are he, him, and tonight, as I am on every other night of All the Glitters Explodes, I'm playing Yeva, the Sarkeesian witch warper, whose pronouns are she, her. And Yeva is really concerned. This trap has seemed to have been excellently baited, and yeah, it is concerning.
Yo, I'm Crit Commissions. Pronouns are they, them, playing Trix, space pirate extraordinaire. Pronouns are she, they. Trix is well aware that we are walking into a trap, and it is fascinating that someone went through all this trouble to personalize it just for us. It's beautiful.
Hello, my name is Richard Jed. I play Jahir, who is a Kasath soldier. Jahir is wondering when the camp entertainment starts and what time the buffet's on. So pronouns are yeehaw. There you go.
And before, as always, we are going to start off this session with the latest array of pack facts. Couldn't really think of much in the way that's relevant to what's going on at the moment, so I figured we'd take it back to basics. Because I don't think we've really covered all the character options that there are in Starfinder. I mean, sure, we've got Flimsy, the dwarf mechanic, Yether, the Sarkeesian witch warper, Trix, the human operative, and Jahir, there we go, the Kasatha soldier. But there are many other classes available to play. So I'm just going to give a quick rundown of them all. Please bear with me, this is a bit of a document. But first of all, we have the biohackers, who enjoy a curiosity in all the sciences, with a fundamental understanding in biology, chemistry, and physics, and other disciplines that exploit the weaknesses of your enemies and bolster your allies. The class is heavily themed around using science for on-the-spot solutions and conducting research and theories in the thick of battle or in the studious laboratory. Envoys. Envoys are the charmers of the universe. With their quick wit and keen sense of self-preservation, they excel at getting others to do what they want, either as part of the con or as a diplomat, where they tend to favor words over actions. But when they do take action, they are as accomplished as many of their counterparts. Mechanics. Master of machines tend to favor their devices and gadgets to get by. Some go as far as even crafting AI and either bonding it to their bodies or having it allowing it a form of autonomy to create custom-crafted drones. Easily at home on board a starship as well as in the field, they use their skills to fix, break, and bypass many machines or computers they come across. Mystics. The spiritual magic casters of the universe. They tap into the innate power of connecting all things, commonly from the divine sources, but many mystics take a more spiritual, personal route, unlocking psychic potential and manipulation of fundamental energies. They channel this power through themselves and often use it in the study of biological and mental systems and the belief of those they meet. The nanocyte. Their bodies are inhabited by untold number of nanites, these tiny machines bolstering their bodies, allowing them to transform into living tools and weapons over the course of moments to assist in day-to-day life, or to decimate their foes on the battlefield. As they grow stronger, however, the nanites grow as well, leaving them questioning at what point are they more machine than mortal. Operatives specialize in swift, sudden, and surprising attacks, along with an escape plan. Often possessing a wide variety of skills, they rely on wits, mobility, and specialization rather than heavier weapons. They work for a variety of causes, personal, political, or professional. Regardless, they are striving to achieve their objectives as their main focus. Precogs. Their understanding of magic comes not from the physical or the metaphysical, but more from the ebb and flow of time, to a degree that few can understand. They change the course of time, replaying moments until they can achieve perfection, or accelerating and slowing time to suit their needs, wielding temporal paradoxes to achieve what they desire, rather than what would usually happen. Solarians, they are manipulators of cosmic forces of stars and gravity. The intense heat and light of stars, precious to life, but also having the devastating effect to consume whole worlds. They wield this power to the effect of harnessing it to form weapons and armor out of either stellar light or pure devouring darkness. Soldiers. On every living world that harbors complex living organisms, there will be battles for dominance, resources, territory, or just personal pride. And for that, you need warriors and combatants. In and throughout the universe, so many variants have formed from taking all different approaches to the art of combat, always to a devastating effect. Technomancers. Where many people have a separate form of technology or magic, technomancers like to blend the two into a single discipline. Both tools for the job, they combine the more powerful one, the powers that they combine more powerful than one or the other. They utilize tech to empower, harness, and manipulate magic, and magic to augment, control, and modify technology. Vanguards know there are two universal truths, change and decay. And the Vanguard seeks to understand these principles to the end of making them a nigh unstoppable force of nature. Brimming with the energies of entropy, they leech the life from those around them, or turn that decay into chaos, shaping, controlling, and even reversing it for devastating effects. And finally, the Witch Warper. The Witch Warper specializes in magics that peer throughout realities, often picking the ones that suit them the most, or using the effects created in other realities to pierce our own veil, and harass and devastate the enemies. I've used devastate a lot in this document, I've realized. Devastate their enemies by pouring in fabrications from worlds beyond our own. And that's all the current classes. I know of at least one that I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's the evolutionist, how dare you?
I dare because I knew you'd remember it. It's one of the things that I like about Starfinder is it doesn't stop adding more to it. And even, all those classes that I've just listed off, you can have two people who have the same class and build their character in completely separate ways so that they play out very differently. It's something that I enjoy in Starfinder. In some games, it's like if you're the fighter, then you're not very distinct from other fighters you'll find.
I really liked how you, because Envoy is one of my favorite classes, and you mentioned like being part of the con or using diplomacy. And it's funny because like one of my favorite characters I've ever played is a lawyer, a lawful good envoy, and Starfinder Society players hated them because they were constantly trying to talk their way out of every situation and use words.
That's what
and
envoys are
peace.
for.
See, this is one of the things that I dislike about a lot of Starfinder Society play. It's kind of understandable to a certain degree, in the fact that combat is kind of expected when it comes to Society play. But at the same token, very few in Society play can appreciate the finesse of a well role-played scenario. Not actually in Starfinder Society, but in D&D. I remember turning up to a session of Adventure League where the GM started off by apologizing to us because it's like, this isn't your usual Adventure League module, because about 80% of it was just role-playing. Only part that was combat was right at the end when there was a bit of a reveal, and it was like that was probably one of the best sessions that I played in, because it relied on other skills other than I run up to that thing and I hit it with my stick.
And with the Envoy, it's mechanically built to be able to talk their way out of every situation, which is why it's one of my favorite Starfinder classes.
Yeah.
That just, it has the capacity to heal so much stamina, it's insane.
We've got a few veteran, seasoned Starfinder players. Has anybody played all of the classes? No?
I mean,
No.
You say veteran and seasoned. It's one of them where it's like I know that I'm not a forever GM, but I am GM a lot more than I play, and it's technically only two classes that I've actually played anywhere near as frequently to say that I've played them, and that's Mechanic and the Technomancer. I can't think of any others that I've actually played that much of.
The only two of the core classes I've not played would be the Mechanic and the Technomancer. I have dabbled in. I have a Yusoki soldier called Bonaparte. Trix is my operative. I have a Solarian called Len. The list goes on.
I mean, I do have a Mystic. What was?
The Mystic was called Napoleon. He hated Bonaparte.
Yes, I was Napoleon and Ghost of not Ghost of Sunny. Where did that come from? Tricks. Lot of irony. There we go. Names. I'm not very good with them. Was Bonaparte, and we hated each other. It was glorious.
Could you play as a group of 4 envoys that are all trying to get different things? They've all got ulterior motives.
It's the Starfinder equivalent of Bard School, that I think.
The thing is, just looping back, it's like the thing is you can have 4 people all play exactly the same class and just have them so diversely different that you don't feel as much of stepping on toes as you can get in other role-playing games. I find, at least. But anyway, enough about Pack Facts. Does anybody want to recap us on what happened last time? Your stunned silence
How far back
suggests
do you want to go?
Not it.
no.
I don't mind if no one else wants to.
I'm struggling to remember where it started, so if you could at least start us off where it started last time, that would be appreciated.
We started off engaging with, you're gonna hate me, Scooby-Doo, because I can't remember.
Lindel?
Lindel, that's right.
Lindel.
Speaking with him about how to get rid of our amazing collection of space material. Star metal. Yeah, that's exactly how Yeva is too. She's like, it sells good. And so we made a deal. We struck a deal, and him and his people were supposed to come and meet us. And instead, we received a message from a source that said, "Come and find him if you dare," essentially. And we did dare. We split up into two groups. Flimsy and Yeva went into the prison where Lindel is being held, while Trix and Jahir sat above, ready to do some daring do in the starship in the Fool's Gold. But should I continue? But when we arrived, Yeva and Flimsy were stunned and shocked, minds blown, to discover that this island prison was inhabited by all of their ex-colleagues. Well, I guess not ex-colleagues. They're still colleagues. People we've worked with, essentially. Because I was trying to think, some of them are allies. Some of them are kind of enemies. Rainiac guy comes to mind.
Yeah.
Not really an enemy, but definitely all people we've worked with, essentially. And they've all been brainwashed. Including some members of the Wintermorn, Neva, and the Dizzy,
The other one.
Dizzy.
the Dragon King. And okay, so from there, trying to remember as I'm catching up. The Fool's Gold came in daringly. Trix barely managed to pull it off. Although it's a hard thing to do, so like I don't think any one of us would have had even a chance of doing it as well as they did.
I mean, it wasn't just daringly, it was they had to turn off the engines of the ship to avoid detection, free fall for quite a while, and then get everything started back up before they hit the dirt. Kind of daring.
Pretty intense stuff.
The IT fix. Turn it off and on again.
Brought the ship down, got all the prisoners inside, and encountered the other members of the Wintermorn who are also here to save their crewmates. And thus, the crew of the Fool's Gold enters down into a secret underground brainwashing facility to find Neva, to also find... Who else is down here? Is Lindel down here?
Dizzy, I'm pretty sure Dizzy and Lindel are down here as well.
Okay.
We found Stoneblood, right? He was playing computer games.
Yes.
Yeah. He wasn't
A
good.
farming simulator.
No, Fire.
It's Flameheart.
Flameheart.
Yeah, Flameheart.
Stoneblood is the undead Vesk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Names, lots of... It's one of them where it's like, I've been having to keep track of everybody in this.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is, there's people that you've not managed to convince are related to you. There's some people that you've had relations with and they're here. It's just all over the show as to like who's here and why kind of touch.
Right.
But yes, you're currently in a prison facility called Tranquility's Rehabilitation Center. This rehabilitation center is spread over a number of islands. Each one is pretty much open to the elements, and it seems to be the most relaxed prison that you've ever thought about, never mind come across. Each island houses only up to 16 prisoners, and you have You found out which island Lindell was on, which is Calm 93, and Yather and Flimsy arrived under the guise of being visitors. Trix and Jahir arrived somewhat more dramatically, and you also met up with Nemlith and Jinx, who were here to look for Neither and Dizzy. Having scouted out most of the island and not really found much of interest, the only thing that you know is that Neither was scheduled for a appointment in the medical center for a checkup. Having investigated the medical center, there was no Neither there. However, there was a switch. This switch revealed a passageway with some stairs. The stairs lead down to a clinical facility. As far as you're aware, you got as far as the door before Flimsy reached for the switch and set off or primed a trap. After some deliberation, you managed to figure out what the trap was going to do and how best to avoid it. The trap went off harmlessly, and you've opened the doors to reveal... Well, what is it that you revealed? Let us go back to the map. I can't find anything anymore because they've moved. I swear down they keep moving things around.
Oh, we went. We found the door, didn't we? That had the bomb thing, pressure plate.
Yes.
Electric grid. We skillfully disarmed it with a spoon, was it, or something?
I was going to say finagle that way out of, but that
I think we
sounds much
Indiana
better.
Jones the.
You jammed something in there to stop it from depressing once Flimsy removed their hand, retreated to a safe distance, and then tugged on a rope.
Oh yeah, rope came into play. Always good.
Just because we're in a sci-fi setting does not mean we have to use fancy technology to resolve a problem. Sometimes you just need a good rope.
Exactly.
So yes, now that the doors have opened up, you see a room that's pretty much just seems to be like a processing center. You know, there's a couple of desks with opposite chairs, allowing you, basically somebody could type on these computers and answer some rudimentary questions, for example. Flimsy, can you make me a perception check?
Yeah. It's a 17.
17.
Having a wee mooch.
You possibly because of your mechanic mindedness, you notice in the corner the shattered form of Digit.
Not Digit.
Oh, the wee space robot squirrel's been squished. Is the other two? I forget the name of the crew. Nimlith and the other one around.
There.
Or are they
Nimlith-
outside guarding the ship?
That one.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
Are they guarding the ship?
Does it look repairable? Is it? Are all the parts here?
It looks to be mostly the parts are there, and also you're aware you're a mechanic. It's like these things are custom built, so even if the part isn't there, it would be up to Dizzy, who fashioned it in the first place, to just fashion another one.
Flimsy will scoop up the pieces that are there. I think we're on the right trail, guys. This is Dizzy's wee little pet thing that we saw. Does it look like has there been a firefight or anything in here, or?
No, there doesn't seem to be any signs of struggle whatsoever.
Is there any last memories of this of Digit before you can not Digit, Digit before it was destroyed that you can access or anything like that? Or?
Do you have? Oh, you've got your
Custom
custom rig exocortex, don't you?
Yeah.
Make me a computers check.
I'm gonna see if I can access the last memories of the wee little thing. Is it 30?
You managed to bring up a visual file. There's a bit of distortion on the video, and there's strangely no audio. But it basically shows the last minute or so where Dizzy is being questioned. I'm restrained at one of these terminals by some uniformed individual, a Vesk. And just as they seem to be wrapping up, the Vesk just grabs Digit and throws him into this corner where the video feed dies, and you get the sense that this is where they left Digit.
Did Dizzy look compliant in the video?
Make me a sense motive.
Okay. It's a 16.
Dizzy seemed to be fairly compliant in the video, but whether that was sort of like understanding the gravity of the situation or just brainwashing that you've seen others undergo, you're not quite sure.
Well, that confirms it, guys. The Dizzy's definitely down here somewhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a relief at least. Do the doors look like they have any windows?
The doors to the side, no, they do not.
And
Any cameras down here?
yeah,
Sorry.
do you want to see if there's any computers, like security cams on the computers?
Oh yeah, it's computers down there. I'll check it out.
Station or something.
Let's have a look. Any security systems available on here?
Computers check, if you please.
25.
As you hack into it, you find sort of like medical records of the inmates, as it were. Doesn't seem to be any connection to any of the security measures down here. They seem to be rather isolated systems, which seems a bit strange. You would think that they'd be connected to something at least.
Does it have if it's medical records, does it indicate how many people are currently here in this facility?
It just lists the people that you have been interacted with. So, all your friends upstairs. Fleagreen,
Anybody-
Grug, Rattle Schnapp,
Anybody on the list?
Fireheart. Oh, sorry.
Anybody on the list that we've not encountered that is on the
No.
list, if that makes sense. Okay, cool.
Well, aside from Neva and
Yeah,
Food
neither
down
and not neither. what's it? Nimilith and Jinx. They're
Nimilith and
not on
Jinx.
the list.
But is Neva on the list, but we've not encountered Neva? Or is Neva?
Yeah,
on
Neva's on the list.
Okay.
As is Dizzy, as is Limdal.
Lindell, cool. That's what I was looking for, anybody who is on the list that we've not encountered or found around the place.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Access to security. Sorry, go on.
Looks like we've got to continue on, explore a little bit.
Either you and me will take the left door. Jahir and Trix at the same time open the right door.
Does the room look?
splitting the party, I like it.
No, maybe not.
I'm okay with you guys splitting the party if you really insist.
We don't.
Careful with the door. Careful with those doors you hear.
Trix is definitely armed though at this point.
Knock if you're that worried.
Yeah, I will assume that most of you have your weapons out.
Yeah, pull out my pistol. That's a good idea.
You never know when you might need it, maybe. So Jahir, opening the door?
Yeah, I think so. Why not? Eh?
You see a corridor about
Right.
15 feet long.
Narrow hallways.
And another door.
Do we think this could be trapped, or do you think that the first trap in was the only one?
Maybe a perception check.
Any trails of patrols, but I mean, muddy boots is there? Not any,
Let's have a perception check from Flimsy as well.
17.
Jahir, there doesn't seem to be any traps. Flimsy, no signs of a patrol as far as you can make out.
Cool. It's quiet.
Too
Only one way
quiet.
to find out.
Let's go.
Boom.
You gonna be alright getting through here, Eva?
Mm-hmm. I've learned
Never
quite well how to fit into tight spaces.
Can Trix like jam this door open while Jahir works on opening that door?
Ooh.
Yeah, make me a mechanics check. Engineering, there we go.
18.
Dice just went off the bottom of the screen on my screen. I was like, where are you?
Ah,
And 18, yeah, you managed to sort of like jam something in there to prevent it from swinging closed.
open the door.
Are we
Sure.
Are we good? Do we think something's going to happen? Or?
Probably.
Probably.
You hope something
Yep.
eventually happens.
It's just endless corridors.
We've been here before, Jahir. You know how it goes.
Takes me
Something
back
with
to
Just,
when we were heisting the Fool's Gold originally.
purposefully open the door and stride in like a
And you enter what appears to be a dojo.
I was going to say, is that a table or a mattress?
It is a mat. You're a soldier. You've probably sparred in places like this before. But the only thing of interest, other than the sparring equipment, which is pretty much standard fare, is that the walls appear to be decorated with cosmological symbols and maps. Would want a physical science roll.
Me or did anyone?
To you at the moment, although anybody could roll, but nobody else is in the room.
I got a big round 2 for that. Ooh, stars.
About the only thing that you do see is that there are beside all of this, there are diagrams of various common species with clearly labeled weak points highlighted in bold colors.
Fair enough.
It's like where to hit a Yoski so that they fall down.
Right in the nose.
Do you already know this kind of stuff, Jahir, with your training, or is this all some exciting new information?
Well, I mean, people beat these dummy things, but it's no change for a real foe. It's It's just a training room, isn't it? It looks like they got some paint splatters on the walls, but
Maybe I'd have a chance with one of these dummy things. It's good when it can't hit back. Can I have a look at these?
it's not what I expected to be down here. To be honest, it's
Seems very
seems a bit
strange.
strange.
Eva, can you make me a perception check?
Yes, I can. Four.
Carry on.
She's got her head in the hallway trying to see past Trix and Flimsy. Can't even see the room.
Can Flimsy have a look at these strange drawings?
Yeah.
Was it physical science, did you say?
And physical science, yes, please.
So 22.
22. The cosmological symbols and maps seem to relate to the entropy and the increasing slide towards a no energy state of the universe.
Chipper.
Yeah, that feels almost religious more than scientific.
Mm.
Are there any signs that this room's been occupied recently, like sweaty towels or weapons
give me
not
a-
put away, or-
Perception check.
Just the smell when we open the door.
22 again.
22. There's signs of wear and tear. It might have been used recently. It seems to be fairly well maintained. So there isn't, sweaty towels lying around, but it shows signs of use, and it isn't covered in a layer of dust.
Would there be, I don't know, like some sort of monastic order that would do something like this?
Culture.
I'll take it.
Could I also roll the culture?
You can.
12.
Flimsy roll.
Everybody who wants to and is part of this discussion can roll a culture.
That's why Yeva's thinking out
13.
loud.
Anyone?
He is uncultured, so there's no problem.
I don't really think Jahir cares either. If I'm being brutally honest, it's like, oh yeah, things, walls. Where's the people to fight again? Flimsy, you don't really recognize it as anything religious, but it does. So, it doesn't feel like it's religious symbology at all. It is the calculations for the entropy and decay of the universe. It's not theological, it's scientifical in its demonstrations.
It's
I
a
don't know how-
Vanguard training room.
I wasn't sure if it was to do with I don't know how well known the Devourer cult is.
With a role like that, you're aware of the Devourer cult, and it's not, you're not seeing any of the symbology usually represented with them. The blood mark with the black hole, that's not present at all.
A specialist type of entropy-based fighters must be training here. Strange for what is this, a prison and a medical facility. I wonder if maybe they're training their own army here or something.
Well, are we moving on to the next room?
Yep.
All right.
Jahir,
Here we go.
Jahir, rolling over your previous check, you don't see any traps on this door either.
Okay, fair enough. Just boop it open, please.
More narrow hallways.
Let's open this one as well.
I'm just going to open up, not waiting for anybody else.
I'm getting fed up with doors. Can't hit doors, I don't fight back.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you how many spaces down they went. There we go. Ooh, hello.
Flimsy, there's flashy beepy things in this room. Go and do your thing.
Looks like my kind of place.
And it does look like your type of place, Flimsy. Everybody's stacking up. Yeva, make me a perception check if you could, please.
Okay.
Likings.
9.
Okay.
There's just someone like permanently just like creeping behind you.
Uh-huh. She's just completely unaware. She's not looking back at all.
Never look back.
But
So yes, in this room, it seems to be a fabrication plant and technological lab, which is why Flimsy feels at home. Although it's not usually in Flimsy's usual fare of trade. This seems to be centered around vials of some bright blue liquid. And, so like delivery systems.
Oh, they're making hellfire here.
Does it look like hellfire? Is it?
You'd need to make me a check of some kind. I can't remember what skills you have.
I imagine
There's
some
motive
sort of
on the
science.
No, we're going to go with a life science.
Okey-dokey. No, it's a 10 from Flimsy. More of a solids than liquids kind of dwarf.
And Yeva, just as you reach this door,
Yee.
you hear two hoverbots
Uh-oh.
come in from the side. Could we all roll for initiative?
Yikes.
Ooh.
Wah, wah.
Look for wave, nobody else can see what's going on.
Wow.
No.
7. Oh.
Eva was fully taken by surprise.
Pretty much.
Can you move
Which,
Spybot down into that room so that I can at least show the
Yep.
thank you? Perfect.
it's one of them. I never quite know where to put Spybot.
Right, I keep trying to move him, chase him after people.
Hmm.
But also because I want to see what's going on in the next room.
Oh, it's hideous. Don't look.
All right, top of the round, we have Security Robot Observer class,
Ah!
who is going to
Security robots.
throw a grenade.
No, what?
Could you make me a reflex saving throw,
dare you.
Eva?
How very well
Me-
dare you?
I dare.
16.
16. Okay, well, I didn't hit the natural one, so that's a good thing. And you managed to sort of like just jump out of the way. Unlike the rest of your observations so far, you do actually see this one coming at you and jump out of the way as this grenade goes off and just sprays restrictive goo everywhere.
Yikes.
But you appear to be unaffected.
The robots.
Did you knock something over in there, Eva?
No, they're shooting.
Stealth mission, Yeva. Stealth mission.
Robots are shooting.
All right, could you make me another reflex saving throw?
even ducking behind the dummies.
9.
There we go. Finally, the result I wanted. You failed as the second one also launches a sticky grenade at you and you get caught in the webbing this time. You are entangled for 4 rounds.
Great.
Where's my thing from? I've lost my piece of paper. There it is. So you might want to go for the Archives of Nephthys definition on this, because we found out that these are very abbreviated in some cases. You move at half speed, you can't run or charge. You take a -2 penalty to your AC attack rolls, reflex saving throws, initiative checks, and dex-based skill and ability checks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nearly pulled the wire out of my headphones. So yes, that is you. For 4 rounds.
Can you just move me the 5 feet so that I'm centered on the 4 squares? Thank you.
Yep. And yeah, not Yeva. Jahir. Names. I can do them. You're up.
Am I guess I heard this radio communication.
Yes.
Not even radio. It's real life, baby.
Yeva has not been discreet about this.
It's a live feed.
I received a telegram from Yeva.
And by carrier pigeon.
Try and move up. I've forgotten what my movement. Christ.
Your movement
30. So I've got
is
5
a
more
30.
feet. So I'm going to run into that corridor and then see what I can see.
I'm covered in stuff.
You can see this resin has hardened on the ground in front of you. It doesn't look like it hardens very rapidly. You're familiar with entangle sticky bomb grenades, so you should be able to walk over it without much issue. But Yeva's going to be stuck a little bit for a while.
If I move forward a bit more, I won't be able to throw anything, will I?
No, if you move again, that'll be your action. Substitute it for a move action.
Yeah, I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit, and I'm gonna lob a grenade in there. As they've been throwing things, we've been throwing things. I'm gonna throw a shock grenade in there.
Where are you aiming the shock grenade?
I'm going to try and aim it. I can't remember how to draw in this, but to the left of Yeva towards the yoga mat thing. No, left.
Yeah, I was drawing it and then I'm adjusting it. So you're aiming for about there?
Yep.
What's the radius on the shock grenade?
Bear with me. Doesn't say.
Somewhere.
130, bulk large,
Mark
AC
1.
10, hardness 7.
15
It's a Mark
feet.
1 shock grenade, 15 feet.
Like you say on the item.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well. It's like, what?
Yeah.
15 feet radius.
Uh,
And you're aiming for there?
Yeah.
Okay, make me a thrown attack roll.
Remind me how to do it.
If you go to your main tab, there underneath your initiative, there's actually just basic.
Yeah. Oh, it's
God.
So we're going to go into the bubble rules.
Natural 1 for the folks at home.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Okay, so Jahir, roll me a d8. This is going to be the direction that the grenade bubbles in.
Could be a good bubble. We don't know.
It could be a good bubble.
It could be.
It didn't show up, but it was a 5.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is going straight south. Roll me a d6.
We got this.
Jahir!
That is a 1 on the D6.
1. One moment, let me just move that back.
Be fine.
Yeah, guess who has a penalty to their reflex saves at the moment? Because they're covered in goo.
The thing is, I'm actually going to say you're not really in that blast zone. It's not covering enough of you to make a difference. It's not covering half of one of your 4 squares.
If you say so.
So,
You are kinder than I.
just everybody remember that. I'm a kind GM. So yeah, your grenade goes off. Jahir, Yeva informs you that was damn close.
Or she like lifts up her hands to her eyes from the blinding flash of lightning.
The hair like static everywhere.
And do you believe that's your turn, Jahir?
Yep. Do I know if it hits anything or not?
I'll tell you, it didn't hit anything.
All right, okay. Worth it then.
It's one of them where I could fake some rolls and be sort of like, but Yeva saw it. It didn't hit anybody.
And she just looks back at you like, what the fuck?
Just the eyes moving because the body's.
The thing is, I get the feeling that Yeva is very much somebody who can say a lot with just their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
All
right,
understand it.
Trix, you are up.
Trix is gonna YOLO. She's gonna skid under in between Jahir's legs and come out the other side.
Move you up to there, but you can't stay there.
Pop out. Oh yeah, spammers. And she's gonna zappy with her pulse cast pistol. No, thematically, the one over by the map. I like it. She wouldn't go for the one in the corner. So she comes out, she rolls to her feet, and she's just going to fire.
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 And with it.
And with it.
Oh, style, no substance.
Well, you tried at least. Sorry, I'm just trying. There we go. Thank you very much. Whoever's set this map up is a little bit daft at times. All right, is that you Trix done?
Yeah, that is Trix done.
All right. Flimsy, you're up.
He's gonna quickly put down the vials that he was looking at. Like, oh no! Wait! Come back here! Jahir, excuse me, sorry. What are you doing in the corridor?
What's your movement speed?
It is 20.
20. You're not going to be able to get past Jahir because Jahir is going to be. It would cost extra movement to move through your allies.
Oh, well, he's just going to that 30 mark then.
Oh,
Jahir, I can't. Come on.
That awkward thing where you move left to right. You both move the same way.
Yeva, you are up.
Yeva. Well, I can still do stuff. I'm not like paralyzed or anything. So, she.
You still have half your movement speed.
Exactly. But I think she's gonna stay where she is. She reaches down to a belt which has a whole bunch of grenades on it and grabs a shock grenade as well, and is gonna hurl it right in front of the door, so that it shouldn't, if she doesn't roll a natural 1 or whatever. Yes. So we're calling it.
You going for there?
Yes, that's it exactly.
All right. Make your throw and attack roll. Please be another natural one. Actually, no. Can you miss it on? Yeah, you can actually miss it on more than just a natural one.
Plus, I'm. Yeah, so we'll just. The entangled should be baked in, yeah?
Yeah, the tangled should be baked in now, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my word!
Yes! Bring forth the chaos.
It's this room. This room is like dripping with entropy is the problem.
All right, roll your d8. You can still get lucky with this one. I mean, you can get lucky with all
A
rolls.
6.
All right, so the direction is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and roll your d6.
A 2.
1, 2.
Zap me.
All right. What kind of reflex? I need to make a reflex save.
Right?
Trix needs to make a reflex save, and Yeva, you need to give us a DC.
DC is.
Well, I've failed because it starts off at 10.
Okay,
And plus
great.
the item level.
I think I've passed it at 25 then.
I do believe you've passed it at 25. There's a calculation. It's something like half the item level plus your dex modifier, or it's half your dex modifier plus the item level. Cannot remember.
Okay, that's an 8.
8 points of electricity damage, and you see the sparks come from the grenade and go into this security robot. But more than that, it seems to arc to the wall and back again, and deals even more damage than you had initially thought was possible.
All right.
Trix stands amidst the lightning, completely dodging it all, going, ah!
There we go. Sorry, mental math. All right. Zobun is back on board the Fool's Gold, trying to entertain people with food. They're not very good at the whole entertaining thing. They're chopping up vegetables, trying to be stylish about it, but they keep going everywhere and seem to be losing the crowd a little bit, but they're coping.
Okay.
Can we motivate him from this family?
All right. So this one, looking a little bit more wary now, is just going to try to shoot Yether. There's an arc of electricity that unfortunately grounds itself on the door and just seems to spark across the door, missing Yether entirely. And I've just remembered that I should have done something else on their turn. Oh well, it's too late now. And this one is going to move over there. And it is also going to shoot Yether.
Come at me, bro.
The only dangerous person in the room at the moment. And that is a hit on Yether this time, rather than arcing and grounding elsewhere. It grounds coursing through Yether for a grand total of 2 points of electricity damage.
Okay, she like stiffly twists and turns to try and dodge it, eating up some of her stamina.
All right, Jahir, you are up.
I'm going to move around into the loom and survey the awesome effects that my grenade had. Oh, I didn't see the other one up there because I wasn't zoomed in.
Also seem to be halfway into there.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm going to move past Trix, if I may.
You may.
And I am going to fire up the rail cannon on this top one.
Alrighty.
That is a 21 to hit.
21 is indeed gonna hit this dinky little security robot.
And that is a 11 damage. And
Nice.
it bleeds. Well, obviously it doesn't bleed. But...
It's leaking oil.
It doesn't even do that. Security robots are immune to the bleeding.
Must be nice.
Flimsy. From behind you, you hear a door.
Ah!
We've got company.
God.
I saw that. There we go.
Yeah, it's okay for you to have seen it. It was just one of them where I wanted to measure it out. You see a Vesk
It's a Digimon.
in a lot of armor. Enters a room, notices you, Flimsy, and strides up on over to you and
Check out that
strikes
name.
you with one of its talents, the Adamant talent. Oh, dang it! Sorry, I forgot to target you. Does a 13 hit?
No.
Out of all the people I could have hit, it should have been
Shield him.
Flimsy. And you notice this sort of like energy swirling around the claw as it strikes out at you, but fails to hit. And Trix, you are up.
Trix is going to dance in the residual lightning. Because every opportunity to rave should be taken. And she's going to attempt a trick attack at security robot something.
And security robot observer class 8. Thank you very much. Address
Yes.
me with my full title.
You don't deserve a full title. I want to go fight the Digimon. So that is a 33 for the trick attack to go off.
That is a success.
And this would be a failure. Although it is flat-footed now.
It is flat-footed. So if you just want to give yourself +2 to that.
Yes, please and thank you. Pulse. Yeah. 19.
And that will indeed hit.
Yes.
All electricity going off around this room.
Yes.
Gonna roll me some damage tricks?
Yeah, no, sorry. I was looking at my damage dice. I'm like, where's this D8 come from? I'm like, oh, that's my trick attack.
Ooh.
So much better than the gun.
That is one of the things about the operatives, is all that their trick attack does really help out at dealing out the damage. And with that, this security robot observer class 8 explodes in a spark of electricity and just flops down onto the ground, disabled. I do believe that is tricks done.
Correct.
All right, next up we've got Flimsy.
I'm just
Toe
gonna
to
look
toe,
at
their usual
these.
favored position.
Look at these two claws like impaled on his shield in front of him. There's a lot of lightning in that room, but there's something more shocking out here, guys. He's gonna flex his fist with zaps of electricity coming after it and try and take a punch at this guy with his static shock pad, sorry.
You recall that was disabled.
Didn't we fix it before the start of the mission? It was like a minute's job, I think you said it was?
I think it was a minute's job. I don't recall you saying that you fixed it.
It was. I think it was the first thing I said because I was like, "If it takes a minute, we're running around, herding these guys onto a ship. Like, I'm taking a minute to fix this thingy."
Radio, fair enough. I will believe you because it was one of them where I couldn't remember when you tested it.
It was down here.
No, it was before we went looking, wasn't it? Because it was before we went herding.
Yeah, I think to a certain degree you flexed your hand when you first met Nemelith and Jinx.
Yeah.
And then discussed about what the plan was, and you decided to round up the people before coming down. And so I think that's the order of things, and I'll accept that yes, you did say it and fixed it.
I think if it was a 10-minute job, it wouldn't have. It would we're not gonna spend 10 minutes doing that. But if it's a minute job, I think I said, yeah, if it's a minute, Flinty's gonna sort that out.
Yeah.
Well, because of this exact situation. So he's gonna try and take a punch at. We don't know his name. Adamant Talent or her name. Get back, you big dino beastie. I think I'm targeted, sorry. But I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
A 9 to hit.
I will just double check for you. No, a 9 does not hit.
And then he's going to take a 5-foot step back into this doorway.
Oh yes, clog it up so nobody else can get through. All right.
There's a shield wall.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was clogged either way. Flimsy's not going to be able to move anywhere that people can get past as it is.
I was more thinking about allowing people back into that room with you, but anyway. Yeva, you are up.
Yeva's gonna take a guarded step back this way behind the punching dummy.
Okay.
And she is going to... Do I have that thing targeted? Yes.
You have the robot targeted, yes.
Great. So she takes a 5-foot step back and struggles to move through this crust that's enveloping her. And there's a flash of lightning as she casts Hazard around the observer bot. And Hazard cast.
That is a success. Is it supposed to be a reflex saving throw?
Yes.
Yes, in which case that is a success.
So
it rolled a 17.
Yeah, so I don't think it takes any damage.
Yeah, I believe that's cantrip, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's no damage on cantrips in Starfinder.
Yep. So it avoids my lightning.
Alrighty then.
She curses its name.
Okay, now it's back up to the top with this thing. And I think it is going to do the thing that it should have done last round. While I've got it up. Here we go. That's what they look like for the viewers at home.
It's not allowed to set an alarm off.
It's alright.
Got a lot of meat hooks for a security button.
Oh, shoot, that's what it... okay. No, it's not the thing that I thought it was, and it should have used that before now. It is going to take a shot off at Trix, who has now identified themselves as a dangerous thing in the room. For 22 to hit you.
I'll allow it.
It's just one of them. The way that you say it makes it sound like you have an option just to go, actually, no, thank you.
I just want to keep you on your toes.
Lightning sparks out and strikes you for 4 points of non-lethal damage. It is then going to beat a hasty retreat. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Coward.
Veto bot.
All right, Jahir, you are up.
He's just going to be disgusted by the retreating bot and start to wander down to see what fun Flimsy's having.
He's just behind their shield behind talons.
15 to that. You can probably step past Flimsy if you wish.
Yeah, is that okay?
Although that will actually provoke an attack of opportunity, I'm afraid.
Yeah, he just looks more exciting than the robots, so yeah, he doesn't care. Don't mind me. You go down, I'll go up.
All right, it is going to take an attack against you as you move past. God damn it, that was nearly... Oh, it was good enough. 19 to hit EAC.
Yes, he's 15, so yeah.
And as they strike out to you, you see a flash of energy and a burn that shakes you to your core as you take 9 points of acid and slashing damage.
Jahir just starts laughing. This is gonna be fun.
All right.
I can still attack it, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So as he's being tickled by the acid and the lightning damage, he's going to start swinging around his glass sword and then just try and chop the... What was it, sorry? Race, was it?
It's a Vesk.
Vesk.
Yeah, just try and chop the Vesk in half.
Good luck.
19.
And 19 will indeed hit.
That is a 13 damage.
13 damage. And as you strike them, you see that they reveal a smile of their own.
That's been love.
Sweet. Luckily, it's got its lower jaw revealed from its armor, so you can see the smile.
Yeah.
I think it's wind. It's either wind or he's happy. I'm not sure.
All right. Next up, it is their turn. And they are going to attempt to strike out at you, Jahir. Again with the claw for a 26 to hit, KAC this time. As
He
they
wants to be hit, so there's no doubt about whether he's like, you may hit me.
and the slashing claw inflicts a further 7 points of slashing damage to Jahir. Jahir's still looking pretty reasonable, although a quarter of your health is gone.
I love it.
All right, and now we're over to Trix.
Trix is going to bemoan the fact that Jahir got to go fight the big guy in the other room before her, and so is resigned to clean up.
No robot can escape Trix.
There's plenty of room. You could stand on Jahir's shoulders and he'd be like some
30.
awesome six-armed fighting machine.
So 35 to there.
I think that's 50 feet.
Mm,
Take your
That's
attack of
50 feet.
opportunity.
are you not going to try and trick this?
Yeah, I am, but Trix probably couldn't see where the robot was.
Oh, do you have to be able to see at the start of your round?
It never explicitly says.
What skill is this? Ability?
Sneak attack.
It's just trick attack.
Trick attack.
No, because don't you have that ability that means that you don't get...
Oh yeah, no, I have to mark my target before I move. But
Right,
I couldn't.
okay. It is going to slam into you as you pass. And you definitely duck out of the way as, it's only an 11 on the dice to try and hit you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna skid to a stop and spin around and shoot it. For a 20 to hit.
20 will indeed hit.
Eat my 5 points of electric damage.
And again, you take out the killing blow. I believe you took out the first one as well, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. You take the killing blow and it drops to the ground and disabled.
We're good to go!
Trix Botbane.
Flimsy, you are up.
Does reactions work round to round, or it's round to round, if that makes sense? Because it's quite the here. I'm guessing it's got its reaction back.
Yeah, I do it from each round to round.
That makes sense. So Flimsy's going to try and take another punch at it if he can do with his electro glove. That is
It's going to be a little bit difficult, so give me a partial cover on this. You're trying to punch around the corner with Jahir right there. It takes some stones to be able to get between Jahir and Phil.
Just trying to get a glove in. Quick jab. Just no. I'm going to target this time. Try to get a quick punch in. No, the 13.
13 unfortunately misses. It just like bobs and weaves out of the way of your fist.
I'm going to take another 5 foot. Oh, no, I can take a 5 foot step.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be able to take a 5 foot step, I'm guessing, if Jahir's in the way, or?
No, especially since it's around a hard corner as well.
Ah, well, I've made a mistake, so it'll take a attack opportunity again.
And it does not.
Okay.
That's scary.
Didn't like the look of me, eh?
Yeva, you are up.
Yeva's gonna begin her movement and come up to the door to see what she can see from there.
You can just about make it out and see. If you click on yourself, it'll give you a better idea.
I can see like maybe I can see like it's his feet.
Yeah, it's a merest fraction. You're not going to be able to take off a shot, but then again,
I don't need to. She focuses on the floor beneath him and casts Puncture Veil, and as she tears at reality, she causes a whole bunch of needles to just shoot up into the soles of his feet. She did move, so I'm not doing it as a full round action. Am I targeting? There we go. And the damage. We'll do 1 point of damage, and he'll gain Bleeding 1 for 3 rounds.
do you have a thing that you can apply for that?
If I hit cast, does that do it?
No, that's not done it.
No, I remember you always had to add it manually.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure they've improved some of these, and it's a little bit annoying because it's like they've not. Because once it's on your character, it's instanced to your character, but the spell itself has been improved in the background, I feel. So if you were to get rid of that spell and re-add it from the spellbook, it might be the newer one, but I don't know for sure. So don't go deleting things.
Okay.
Just in case you delete the whole thing and accidentally delete Yeva.
Oh god.
Because I've not backed up in a while. Really need to remember to back up. All right, that is the end of round 3. Top of the round 4, we've got Jahir.
Is the I forgot what it is again. Is it looking down? Is it distracted by this this hole in the ground that's appeared, or is it dismissed?
Oh no, it's not distracted. It's fully focused on you.
Yeah, it was just instinct for an instant.
Okay. Well, after Jahir's come down, he's going to try and sort of sweep the legs with his... Well, not sweep the legs, just remove the legs with the sword again. So pretty much the same thing, just a different area. 12.
All right. That unfortunately is a miss in this case, as you sweep at the legs and it just manages to back up. Wincing in a little bit of pain from the bleeding, but otherwise they seem to be undisturbed. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
I can only move, can't I? I can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, relevant. I'm gonna smile lovingly.
All right.
An increasing combat of I've got the upper hand smiles just on each of the faces, getting worse each round.
Just smile us.
They are going to smile back and strike out at you for a 19 to hit, as you take another 8 points of slashing damage. And yeah, the bleeding is working at the moment.
Nice.
All right. And they are just going to keep standing there toe to toe with you because, well, that's what they seem to be doing. Trix.
Trix is going to dash because she wants to get in on the fun. Can you move me there just for now, just so I can understand what's happening in the other room?
It's 90.
She's gonna dodge past Yeva. She's going to frog leap over Jahir. 90. I mean, it's fine. And she's gonna just combat roll over all the desks and get to the other side of the room.
All right, make me an acrobatics check.
She's gonna have some fun. Hi, Flimsy.
Damn, what?
What the hell was that?
That was a Trix.
27.
You don't so much combat roll, you pretty much just do a base standing forward flip over each of these tables as you look at the first one, and remember that there's hellfire toxin on these things.
Oh, yeah. Doing little handstand twirls. When she lands on the other side, she kind of drops and does the whole like gymnast landing and turns to face them.
Trix's
Flawless.
movement speed is always going to be ridiculous.
But that's me.
Yep.
An
all
attack
right.
of opportunity on me, by the way.
I think they'll take it because they were saving it for something else, but they didn't get to do that. And Trix, as you jump past, that is a 23 to hit as these claws strike out at you for 6 points of damage.
Yep.
Stings a little, but hey, it's all in good showmanship. All right, sorry, Flimsy, over to you.
Flimsy, seeing the Jahir seems to have the situation as in hand as Jahir ever has, is going to run over and get away from Jahir being in the line of sight while pulling out trusty old excavation laser. I've got you covered, Jahir.
Trix is looking at the mining laser, grinning, whilst looking at the hellfire, like, oh. Oh.
Perception check on the walls and the floor.
We're not in the ship anymore. Is it possible to do a sense motive or a life science to try and work out what this thing is grinning about? Stuff in the other room.
Yeah, maybe a sense motive and a life science.
Okay.
I want to say life science, but it might be a medicine.
It's 19 for the sense motive.
Okay.
And I think it can caps out at 10 for the life science, I imagine.
Yeah, life science is your.
It would cap out at 10 if I didn't get a
Yep.
7.
So yeah, you are pretty much just assuming that they're embracing the decay and entropy of the universe.
Okay. Let's hope he... Let's get him there a little bit faster, shall we? I'm going to try and unleash the excavation laser.
I forgot you still had your shot.
Get a +1 for being next to here.
Yes, that is a thing that you have. Coordinated shot from Jahir.
There we go.
Glad somebody remembers it.
Oh,
Nice.
20, very, very nearly a 1. As it does 9 points of damage unleashed from the excavation laser.
Yeah, you've learned with all the previous scars that you've given to buildings and parts of a ship, it's like start by aiming high and move it down rather than
Shaving
start
motion.
low.
Yeah, smooth shaving motion.
As it sort of like burns into their shoulder. They're looking slightly blooded these days. And now we are over to Yeva.
Am I still entangled?
Yes, it's starting to crack off, but you are still indeed entangled.
Good. I'm gonna go ahead and do something crazy. Yeva plants her feet and begins moving her hands in a motion, in an arcane motion. And I'm gonna do infinite worlds at a 2nd level, and in a 10-foot radius. Right? Is it that you cause a hazard that deals damage each round equal to the level of the spell expended? The creature attempts to save when it first takes damage from the effect. I think it's in a 10-foot. Oh god, that's huge. Yeah, so if he's gonna. Oh no, that's crazy. That can't be right. A 10-foot like lightning storm in that area that lasts for 4 rounds.
I mean,
No, it would
given
only
your-
last for 2 rounds as a 2nd level spell.
Yeah, given your line of sight, you might get Jahir in there.
Yeah, she's aware of that.
Okay.
I can't move in. Sorry, Jahir. And so yeah, she just like cool, and her eyes blaze iridescent as she just there's this cracoom as a lightning storm, much like the shock grenade, and the image of Trix dancing amongst the lightning appears here and surrounds the 2 combatants. And so I need both of them to make a fortitude save.
Jahir, a fortitude save, please.
We were so close with 17, but it was an 8.
And I got a 16.
The DC is 16. Damn it. Okay, so it doesn't take the Vesk, I don't think, takes any damage from this. Reduces it by
Okay.
half. Reduces it by half, and Jahir
Okay,
takes full damage.
reduces by half.
And
Okay.
they will take the same damage every round because it's just the first time they're exposed to the damage. And
Right,
the damage
so
is
what's the damage?
deals damage each round equal. It's just 2 points of damage. It's not that much.
Even for the one that saved.
The one that saved takes half, 1 point of damage.
Okay, and this is electricity.
Trying to use a new ability, and it's like,
Huge, like storm cloud, like a little tiny lightning bolt.
yeah, not as cool, but it's something.
Big flimsy, yeah.
And also, Jahir is going to be taking this damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
Electricity, and that's for 2 rounds on a just 7. All right, and is that Yeva done?
That's it.
All right. Top of the next round will be Jahir, where they will start to feel the sting of Yeva's passions. Don't worry, Jahir, it'll pass eventually.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I can see that. Well,
The best thing to hear from the person who summoned a storm indoors.
Above some hellfire toxin as well.
I love the way you are all just forgetting about the hellfire toxin that's in the room.
I'm just going to go. Well, I was going to aim for a stab to the abdomen, but guessing with my muscles spasming slightly, it's probably more up or down, or left or right. So just a straight up attack with the clear sword. Oh, I saw an 18, but that was a 10.
And now you strike down at their shoulder and it fails to grip. But what they are going to do is they're going to grip that sword as you struck into their shoulder and just punch the sword itself.
No, he's trying to sunder the weapon.
What's your KAC plus 8?
27.
It's a cheeky move.
And you see as they strike at your sword, this burst of acid just starts melting into it, and your sword cracks and breaks.
Oh!
Like to see you try that one again. Trix, you are up.
Trace audibly gasps at the sword breaking. Question. Are
Nominate.
these
Chairs.
wheelie chairs?
They are wheeling chairs.
Yes!
They also spin around if that's a thing that you care about.
It is very much the thing I care about. Oh, Fantasy Grounds is having a conniption. Everything has just resized itself. Why?
You good? Do
There
you
we
need me
go.
to do anything?
Nope, I'm good. It just had a moment. Trix is gonna jump onto the wheelie chair, let it spin, let it slide, and she's going to trick attack Mr. Scale.
Right, let's have those rolls.
Was it 23 to trick attack?
Just.
Oh, yes. So he's now flat-footed, and I have coordinated shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that'll be a +1 or +3 essentially to this.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what I did there. Can you add the +3 because I can't actually see my modifier at the moment.
I cannot do that, but I'll add 3 onto whatever damage you roll.
Thank you.
Well, you yeah, you've hit. Sorry, it's not the
Okay.
damage you roll, it's the attack roll, but yeah, that's a clean hit anyway.
So then, take 13 points of damage
Oof, that
Nice.
stinks.
of electric, non-lethal electric damage.
Ooh.
Non-lethal
Since it's my pulse caster.
Alright, and is that Trix done?
That is Trix done as the chair just continues to slowly spin to a stop.
Alright, Flimsy, you are up.
Flimsy is going to be incensed at the glass sword being broken by this hooded figure. Like, you know how much work that's going to take me to fix. Reload the excavation laser Hey, Rune, target him! As the glyphs glow around Flimsy's face, and he's going to get the targeting thing that I with combat tracking. There we go.
Yep.
As he tries to take another shot at this chappie with his excavation laser.
Alright, so that'll be a +2 to your shot, coordinated shot as well.
Let's see if the dice play ball. Yes.
Ooh, nice. So 24 to hit, and you managed to carve into them yet again.
4. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh. 14 points of damage.
maximum damage, and they just crumble to the floor and dead.
I'm just going to immediately point the excavation laser towards the door. Like, it came from in there.
Ah! Trix is gonna go skate with the chair into the next room.
All right. 1 second. I'm not sure if the doors are open or not. The doors. Gonna cancel your movement so that I can open the doors. Something that happens when you. Right, yeah. So sorry. Yes, for the moment you are out of combat. And Trix, you're just gonna straight up go through that door and in there.
I'll get ready to, because they might want to loot the Wargrave on there.
And get Yiva through if we can do.
Yeah, she'll wait another 2 rounds, 12 seconds, and kind of like for the lightning cloud to dissipate.
Get out of there, Jahir.
I'm assuming Jahir is going to move out to the lightning cloud.
Yeah, I'll probably would.
All right. You may out and that dissipates.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I'll try and don't know where her accent just went all of a sudden.
When Ringo.
Yeah.
And how long does it take to reload the railgun? Just out of interest.
It's a move action.
Right, so can I just reload it now?
Yes, you can do.
How do you do it in Fantasy Grounds? Just on.
If you double click on the uses box where it's got the number 4.
All right, yeah, perfect. Thank you.
If anybody else wants to reload as well, you can do so freely out of combat.
Can I check what Dinobot had on him?
You can do. They have a vapor cavitation pistol.
Cavitation.
Cavitation.
It's electric and fire.
Ooh, that's
A
cool.
series of prongs take the place of this pistol's barrel. Firing the weapon causes a small sphere of energy to form at its center and launch forward at speed.
It's like the only weapon enemies use in Threefold Conspiracy.
Ah,
That the
Who's got it like
conspiracy.
that?
it's an unwieldy pistol.
Ew.
Much like the lens pistol that Yeva's using.
Hmm.
What's a pulse critical on it?
It affects enemies next to you, or allies. We've experienced that as well.
That's why I'd asked it. So that's the pistol. They've got Squad Defiant Series armor, heavy armor, level 3, +5, +8 AC bonuses, but a speed adjustment of -10. They've got a basic Knight's shield and a couple of batteries.
Both the armor and the shield are very interesting to Flimsy.
When I remember where I put equipment.
The armor's going to be too much time, though, I guess, right?
Yeah, it takes like a good few minutes to doff and don armor. Plus, as well, you need to resize it for your somewhat smaller form.
It had a
Thanks.
shield, though. That's pretty cool.
Flex, do you want this pistol?
Ugh, no. I can't move with that thing.
Oh, unwieldy.
Mhm.
All right. Then, if neither of you two boys want it,
He's
No, I'm-
just still looking at the sword.
Taps his excavation laser. I've got my traditional weapon here.
I'll grab it.
Which sword did I take out?
The glass one.
You've still got your bone one though, don't you?
Yar.
Or did you leave that back on the ship?
No, it's all good.
Oh, okay.
I did de-equip the tack lash, so that's. I guess we left that back on.
Jahir's like constantly walking around as an armory is really paying off right now, which is great.
But he's got a hand spare now. Well, he's got a hilt of a sword. Can he use it as an improvised weapon?
You can, but you risk further breaking it, and it's only going to do half damage.
Fair enough.
Yeah, at the moment it's broken, but it isn't destroyed. If you continue to use it and it becomes destroyed, then it's new weapon time rather than faffing around fixing it. So yeah, as you gather
I think it's a shield,
around
but-
this door. Sorry?
I say Flimsy will definitely take the shield though.
Yeah. Yeah, you can equip the shield fairly easily within combat. As you sort of like move towards this doorway, you can see inside, and there are 3 desks in here.
3.
Hmm.
Scared.
They look as tough as the other one.
I just realised Trix doesn't actually have the vision to be able to see the 3rd one, and I've lost Spybot. Where the bleeding hell is Spybot?
I was wondering that as well.
I think they're on.
Oh, here they are, to the right.
Which?
Oh, no,
Oh, there
Spybot.
we. I've got them. I found them. There we
It's
go.
too good at its job.
For those of you at home, basically Spybot is an invisible token, so that it allows you guys to see what everything rather than just what the player or they can see. A Vesk at the center of this room, clad in a black cloak and metal face mask, engrosses herself with watching an enormous screen, some of which display the inmates of Calm 93 as they go about their daily lives. Other screens show construction sites throughout Tranquility, particularly ones that show huge tanks slowly being installed beneath the various islands. I have gone to a great deal of trouble to find out what you know, she says, turning from the screens with reluctance. About me, about Hellfire Toxin, about the Adamant Scale. I've interrogated everyone I can get my claws on. And now, here you are. I don't need anyone else. Now that I have you. So here's my offer. Stay here voluntarily. Surrender to me, and I will release all of my prisoners.
And so you start maybe laughing. You did all this to find out what we know. Us for.
I mean, he could have just asked. There are easier ways. Gee.
Is it safe to say we've all moved into the room at this point?
It is reasonable to assume that.
Okay.
You can't go through walls.
Yet.
Little do you know.
No. One of the things that annoyed me about so when I first loaded in some of the NPCs, they put them in the walls. I couldn't get them out of the walls. Nobody can move through walls.
Why should we surrender ourselves to someone whose name we don't even know? I'm assuming you are the lovely lady who sent us our invitation.
Well, you don't know that at least.
He's gonna be so surprised about how little. And it was you who sent the molars back on.
Just
Gas car.
trying to tie up loose ends. I'm sure you can understand.
And I bet you're the Vesk who made star metal stuff illegal to sell on this planet.
I needed some way and some excuse of capturing Lyndall there as the point of contact, and, well, the bait worked out perfectly.
But we hadn't met Lyndall yet.
And
And it just seems like a real stab in the dark. What if we weren't shipping star metal?
but you were. You were contacted by Eterica and offered a job. You took the job.
Oh, did you arrange the job?
No.
Tarika's Adamant Scale.
Take that mask off, Tarika. We know it's you.
Trix just
I'll
dead
do it
stares
with the
at the
otter.
floor. Like, oh.
How stupid are you people?
We're not the ones who set up an entire facility and captured half the galaxy to find out what we know.
This facility wasn't set up for you. This facility has been just used as a trap to get you here.
As they're heckling her, can I look at, like, kind of like peer over at the screens and look at the tanks that are being placed under the islands? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah,
You
they're
did.
gonna blow the place up.
Is that what it looks like to me?
Make me a check. Sell me on whatever check you want to make.
I
and I'll
thought
probably.
physical science.
Yeah, I'll take a physical science.
It's not my best, but I don't have engineering or anything like that. There we go, natural 20 for 26.
Yes. That'll do it. It looks like either liquid or gaseous storage tanks. Judging, with the 26, it looks like they're installing them to stockpile hellfire toxin.
So we saw your little factory back there. What's the deal with the hellfire toxin? Protecting the Empire or something along those lines? Or what exactly are you aiming to do with all this stuff?
Protecting? They aren't protecting anyone. They're using the Veskarium citizens as test subjects. Isn't that right?
I mean, what is good as a weapon if it isn't effective? We're just making sure that it is perfection.
And what is it about us that you find so fascinating?
Judging by your attitudes, a stunning series of coincidences. I had thought that you were trying to investigate where you don't belong. As it seems, you're just a bunch of fools chasing a paycheck.
You've seen the name of the ship.
I mean, both of those things are accurate. We are sticking our nose in places it doesn't belong, and we are idiots trying to get some money.
But that doesn't mean we can't see that what you're doing will bring harm to not only the Veskarium, the Pact Worlds, but the entire galaxy.
how most of these people, they mean nothing to you. But
They mean nothing to you either.
the thing is, they are useful in my experimentations. And my experimentations are what keep the Veskarium safe. Millions of lives are saved by keeping the rest of the world in check.
It's an ego thing. It's an ego thing, guys.
Yeah,
It's one of those.
yeah. It's like super paranoid to like the extreme.
Well,
I mean, safe from what? The Swarm, the evil Pact World, these guys who think they're way bigger than they are.
Marika guys. They're the big threat.
Who
Watch
did
out
you
for
just
them.
thumb over your shoulder to?
I mean,
Space.
like the planet space.
Okay, it's just giving your positions on the map and you thumbing over your shoulder. I was wondering if you were being Yeva because they're
Oh,
bigger than
Jahir
they
was
think.
behind me a moment ago. He is a threat. You'd be totally right there. But no, the planet.
I
Here's
Don't-
a threat to the planet. Wait, what?
I think I speak for my crew members when I say that no, we will not be taking your offer to stay and spend time with you. She looks for confirmation. You guys good with not surrendering?
He's just waiting for the nod.
Trixie's just like spinning her pistol and spinning in the chair.
So, unless you would
Beaches
like
are nice. But...
Unless you would like to deal with us, please release our remaining friends, colleagues, and we shall go our own way. I can't tell if that's a bluff or an intimidate.
It's both.
Make me an intimidation.
Intimidate the dinosaur.
23.
You rolled in one of them spots where it's like, I don't actually know.
Right. 25 is like, okay. 23 is like, I don't know.
Yeah, also it's one of them where it's like, I can't remember the exact calculation. Because it's one of them where, oh my word. Really? You don't have the intimidate skill? Okay, right, fine. Math head, okay.
Times 1.5 bullshit. I hate it.
Yeah, it is times 1.5 bullshit. I don't mind it because it actually gives you a DC to hit for,
Mhm.
and you hit it.
Yeah.
Summoning the manager.
However, they aren't going to back down that easily. But we are all going to roll for initiative.
Got it.
And they are going to begin the combat shaken.
Yes.
Ooh.
Bum, 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 bum,
26.
7.
11.
15.
Shaken.
I need some like
Not
boss
that.
music. I feel like I need new boss music in here for something like this.
And the shaken condition is -2 penalty at ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks.
Here's
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
I
So
also think you need to take the electric damage off Jahir as well.
Oh, I do. There, it's gone. It's a funny thing, slightly funny thing, although it might not be hilarious to you guys. It's like because it affects all so many checks. I've actually dropped down their initiatives by 2 because it pre-rolled them for me. The thing is, it didn't move them at all in the initiative. You're all just so far spread out that it just, unfortunately, didn't make a difference. All right, we are back to the top with round 1, and this time it is a Trix.
Yeah, Trix is gonna flip off the back of her chair and kick it towards Mr. Adamant Talons in a trick attack.
Nice.
She would go for the lady in the middle, but Jahir's in the way, and she didn't want to hit him in the back of the knees with the chair. Ooh, 23.
And that is just a success.
Yeah, so you are now flat-footed. For my zaps.
That's a
20 to hit.
20 will indeed hit.
Yeah. 7 points of damage, and upon reviewing my skills, you are now flat-footed for the round, sir.
I do not care for that. All right. Oof. I think we're just going to return fire. I don't want to. I just don't want to. You know, you guys are intimidating somehow. Fools, but intimidating.
It's her confidence.
Our foolish confidence.
That's a natural 20 or a critical hit.
Oh, no.
And this is the vapor cavitation.
Cavitation, no! The pulse!
So what does the pulse do?
It hits,
no.
I think
AoEs?
it hits the people within 5 feet.
Sorry, guys.
All right, so that's a damage to Trix, and is it just the people in 5 feet, or is it the
All
target?
creatures adjacent to the original target.
So not the target, though. By that.
Yes, exactly. It pulses out.
Yep. Okay. So Yeva and Flimsy take 3 points of pulse damage.
Cool.
Pulse damage.
As this ball
that
of
was
electricity and fire just shakes you, Trix, and it just envelops and bursts out, covering Yeva and Flimsy as well. All right, and they are going to take a couple of steps back. Jahir.
Jahir is going to activate his augmentation, his adrenal gland.
Oh, nice.
All right. For the kind viewers at home at the gym, what does that do again?
Adrenal gland supplements your body once a day. You can activate the gland, grants you immunity to death effects, energy drain, exhaustion, fatigue, paralysis, sleep, or stunning for a number of minutes equal to the necrograph's mark.
There's also the bonus for this one because it's an experimental one.
Yes.
First time I've used it since it's been rewired by Flimsy.
And fixed. You are immune to cold and poison.
Is that an action, or is it just he does it as is?
It's a move action, I'm afraid, to activate the adrenal gland.
Okay. Can I just make another? This might sound a bit weird, but Jahir is just going to stroll up to this Renee Vier, the Gentle.
Yep.
In an intimidating way. Just spinning the bone sword around, flexing it up, sort of warming up his muscles.
And as you move to there, you can see restrained on the table to the south is Lyndall through the glass wall.
Zoinks!
And Yeva has a heart attack and dies.
TPK.
And that's your turn, I believe, Jahir, yes?
Yep. Just gonna
Alright.
stand there.
Oh. I mean, All right. So you moved up, and they take out their tactical Doshakari. Is that a thing?
Doshko? Doshkari?
No.
No, Doshikari.
Oh.
It's a punch dagger that resembles a miniature Doshko extending from the knuckles, with 1 to 4 diamond-shaped blades.
Ooh. I love that.
And yeah,
Ooh.
I mean, Jahir might not love it, but we'll see how it goes. It's a 21 to hit, as you get struck for 12 points of acid and piercing damage. All right, Yaver, you are up.
Who would have guessed the Adamant Scale were vanguards? This Adamant Talon.
I mean, you saw the dojo.
Yeah, I know, but the Adamant Talon 4 is flat-footed, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's gonna move her hands mystically and just kind of like they're wet, fling liquid at him. But instead of liquid, it is nanites that rush towards him in a caustic conversion.
Oh, sorry. Just to clarify, it's her.
Her, the Adamant Talon.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody in this room is female,
Ah, perfect.
apart
Okay.
from you guys.
Thank you. At her, as I cast caustic conversion. Fuck. It's a 6 and a miss.
It's a natural 1 and a miss. It's a terrible thing when it comes to spells. Just it hurts so more than shooting somebody, and it's like, oh, that's a miss. Spells are just so.
Then I'm gonna move. I guess up here, she can't really crouch behind the console, but at least it's, she's got her back to a wall essentially.
Right, yeah.
Okay, that's it.
This one is going to come out of the shadows for some of you. And target Flimsy.
Outside of 2 ranges, I think it's the same gun.
Yeah, it is the same gun. So that is 2 range increments out. This is going to be a tricky shot.
I'm only little.
So 19 to hit.
Yeah, still hit.
For 5 points of electricity and fire as this bolt comes out of the shadows and strikes you firmly in the shoulder. It is now your turn to react.
He'll feel the buff on his shoulder and kind of give a dirty look to the Talon to his left. But seeing everybody focus fire on the Talon to the north, is going to aim his mighty cannon towards her and Rune, lock onto that one and take a shot with the +1 for the combat tracking. And unleash the. I've fully lost my character sheet. I'm trying to stall. There we go. Unleash the excavation laser. Here we go.
Point of reference, double click your
Sorry.
portrait in the top right.
That's how I got it.
You shoot it and hit, and you shoot yourself in the foot and hit. And target yourself and do the damage.
Have I still got myself targeted?
You do.
I'm control clicking myself and it's not detargeting me. Is that done it? There we go, I've done it.
Yeah, that's not. think it was because you had a movement which wasn't moving anywhere.
Ooh.
Damn, flimsy.
I like this laser. As 14 points of burning
14 points of max damage.
damage. I've got many of them in the chamber, but I'm glad they're here now.
Well, you've had 2 of them in a row. All right. Back to the top of the round with the Tricks.
Trix is gonna run over and jump onto this chair. Yeah.
Maybe your acrobatics.
Woo! He 31 for my trick attack.
That's a success.
And time to shoot you in the face.
Not the face.
Yes, the face.
Not the face.
Not the face. 20 to hit.
20 will definitely hit.
Hey, it was the face.
I said not the face.
That's another 7 points of non-lethal electric damage.
All right. And don't forget to apply the flat-footed.
Oh, yeah, I thought I had done that. That was my fault. There you go.
You applied your flat-footed, but that's only good for the action. This is the
Yeah.
for hitting as well.
Mm-hmm.
You are problematic, so I am gonna step up and strike at you with my claws. That is gonna be a 24 to hit.
I assumed you were a coward.
I mean, I don't agree with that statement. And strike your legs for 8 points of slashing acid damage.
Ow. That is blood, madam.
Good. I didn't intend to tickle you to death. I intend you to bleed.
Red doesn't suit me though.
Well, you shouldn't have so much blood in you escaping. How'd you hear Europe?
What a weird conversation.
You add the turbo curacane, the poison to the weapon, to my bone sword.
I don't actually know. We'll assume that it's a move action. Until somebody clarifies otherwise.
So we're just gonna, maybe as he's walking up, he could have done that. Oh no, because he did. Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, you can apply it now and then strike.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's gonna put the poison on the blade.
All right.
And, after a few sort of hand flourishes, the sword, the bone sword. It's nice if
You just shake off all the excess poison.
Yeah.
My
Spreads it
eyes.
around a bit.
My
He's gonna try and get her on the floor, kind of again. Like he's gonna attack, but with a view to dropping him. If that makes sense.
Yep. All right, make your attack.
Oh, 21.
That is gonna hit.
That was so close.
I think that one.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage, but I also need to make a fortitude saving throw against this poison.
DC 14.
All right. Sluggish. Does anybody remember their poisons? Cold, please. There's something. It's one of them.
Minus
Where
2 to reflex saves, dexterity-based ability checks, attack rolls, skill checks, DCs of spells and abilities decreased by 2, and they're flat-footed.
Hell yes.
so it's a negative. It's essentially a -2 to everything, and they're flat-footed.
Yeah, I popped it into the fantasy grounds.
Thank you. Right. Because one of the things is Fantasy Grounds doesn't really do poisons that well. Don't know why they've not implemented poisons. But yeah, they are now flat-footed. Right, frequency is 1 round for 4 rounds. Okay, so next round, I'm going to put a poison marker there. And it's a DC 14. Because what happens with poisons is they will continually go down the track for every fail that they make. So they're starting off at sluggish, they'll move to stiffened, staggered, and then immobile. And immobile victims can continue to make saving throws each round as a full round action to revert to stiffened. But if they make the save, then they will be cured, but still take whatever effects that they got up to, because it takes days to recover from poisons.
So does that mean they are stiffened now, regardless for the rest of this combat?
They're the first step,
Sluggish.
yes. Sluggish
That is sweet.
for the rest of the combat. And then if they go further down track, if they go to immobile, the best that they can do is step back up 1 state.
I think you applied the poison to the wrong.
I did do. Sorry, I was messing with your target there, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Poison DC 14. I applied the flat-footed to the right person though. All right, I do believe Jahir has done enough. I am going to try and strike back at you. Well, it's an all or nothing kind of thing. Let us strike at you. Taking a -2 on this with the Dushkari. Oof. It's a grand total of a 12 to hit the Akira. That is going to be a miss.
Yep.
And that is pretty much all they're going to be able to do. They don't really want to move away. They're as much melee as you are. Yether, you are up.
Yeva is going to I want a clear shot of their leader, the gentle woman. So she's going to untarget this guy. And move. Let's see. Here, is that a clear shot of Reneva? Reneva?
It'll be a reasonably clear shot.
Okay, and she's gonna, because I'm gonna use my last 2nd level spell and get that caustic conversion off, and she just flings some nanites at her.
Is it Renavia?
Yeah, I'd say Renavia.
Renavia, that's good. The last 2nd
Would you
level.
technically have coordinated shot if it's if the spell's an attack roll as
Yes, because
Yes.
it targets EAC. Come on.
Sweet.
Natural 1 again.
come
well?
on!
No.
Oh my word! That is just devastating.
You know when like someone fires a fire extinguisher and they can't control it? It's just going everywhere.
I think she's just like,
For
as
you.
she flings, they just drop at her feet, and she like cries out in frustration like a tennis player at Wimbledon.
Maybe it's magical karma for hitting Jahir.
It could very well be something's like backfiring with her.
You may potentially, and it's like just last time, it's like it seemed like a good idea, but it just ended up injuring Jahir, and now you're just scared of injuring Jahir yet again with these things.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about trying to do another storm, but was like, no, I'll go for the targeted. Anyway, she's done.
Yep, and coordinated shot is against any ranged attack. It doesn't matter the damage type. To do Adamant Talon 8, who can no longer see Flimsy because there's a Yaver in the way.
Great.
Bang. Say 12 to hit. They are not having a good time.
Oh, she's knows well enough to dodge.
All right, Flimsy, you're up.
Looking over at Jahir, going toe to toe with Renovia, Flimsy's got faith that Jahir's got this. Let's clean this place up, Trex. He's going to continue to fire on Adamant Talon 4 up in the north. He rejigs his excavation laser for another shot with a +1 from his combat tracking.
By the way, the excavation laser isn't unwieldy. So you can do full round attacks. Just throwing it out there.
Oh.
Yeah,
+1.
You got a +2 because it's flat-footed. You got a +1 because of your targeting in computer.
Oh, is it flat-footed? Oh, okay. Then yeah, maybe it will do.
I'm not trying to influence you. I'm just saying that you've hit these guys pretty well. You might want to consider it. You don't have to.
No, I was gonna say if it was a +2, I probably would have considered doing a full round attack. But if I've got a +3 essentially,
Yeah, 1 for the targeting computer and -2 to their AC because of a flat-footed.
so that brings me to a -1 for a full round attack.
You just want to roll a full round attack and put your +1 modifier in your box as usual, and the rest will take care of itself.
Okie dokie, then go targeted and gonna double the drill load and take a shot.
Double tap.
Right, then he fired 1. Do another one. Oh,
nice.
It's a natural 20.
The first one was a 6 on the die for a miss on an 8, but it more than made up for it with a natural 20 for a 21 and a hit.
Get wrecked.
Here we go.
Add Ravenot. Damn.
Boosh. Doesn't have a critical effect. No, just mind. Just pushing it into the computer behind, kind of the force of the mining bin.
Does it not have a critical effect?
It might not do. Because it's got the penetrating ability, which I don't think comes into play here, but...
Alright, yeah. No, that doesn't in this case.
Oh no, it penetrated them at least.
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Alright. They are looking very rough right now. Trix, you are up.
Trix is going to sit her butt down. The Adamant Talons 4 is going to be the target for the sake of not provoking when she moves away. And she's going.
Forget you have that. God damn it.
And she's going to push away on the chair as she sits down and shoot.
Alright.
23 for the trick attack.
You're hitting it every time.
just. And to hit is 26.
Alright. Take your shot.
Yes. 10 points of non-lethal damage.
And they are unconscious and not dying.
Woo!
Because them and their 1 hit point expire.
We did it,
1 hit
Flimsy!
point. Go team, fool's gold.
Who's the fool now? Ah.
I mean, it's still you guys. Still don't really know what's going on.
We'll show you what we know.
Alright. Next up is Jahir.
Jahir's gonna feint left, but he's gonna attempt. Well, he's not gonna. He's gonna feint left and then go right and attempt to sort of get round behind and just put his sword sort of behind, like both ends, and just tell her to yield, trying to sort of pin her, grapple her.
If you want to try to grapple, it'll be a combat maneuver. Or do you just want to hit it with a sword?
No, I was trying to grapple her.
Yep. Okay. Make me a just make a regular attack, and we'll do the math from there.
With all the things going on with Renovia, it might actually work.
What's a
Quite
regular
possible.
attack? How do you do that?
You just strike with your sword.
Oh, okay. I was looking for regular attack. Jahir doesn't do regular. For a 20.
Right. Which all the things going on is -2. Unfortunately, they've still got enough about them to be able to like squirm out of your way as you're trying to pin them down.
Guess that's it then. Can't try again.
Not this round now.
You do a full round grapple attempt.
Generally, no. Especially since the grapple checks are actually a lot more difficult than normal hits anyway.
Yeah.
To
The -4
make it
would really.
The -4 would really screw you over. It is now their turn. We're going to start off with another fortitude saving throw. It's a 3 on the dice.
Yes. Would you like to know what's next?
I would like to know what's next.
The victim loses her dexterity bonus to her armor class. You can't take reaction.
Oh, next round's the round to grapple, Jay.
I mean, don't forget, these people are wearing heavy armor, so
Yeah,
it's not so
true.
much on that side of things. I need to unlock your character sheet because take that down by 2 and take that down by 2. Sorry, you didn't need to hear that the dex was 2, but there you go. I mean, it's pretty good. They're essentially doubly flat-footed right now, so gives you an idea of how messed up they are. And can no longer take reactions. Great stuff, great stuff. All right, let's just punch you here right in the face again. No, we're not even going to manage that either. Great stuff, great stuff. Okay.
Woozy boxer just trying to like swipe.
just trying to make contact with something and just not hitting anything. Over to Yeva.
Yeva curses in Sarkeesian, Kunum, she says, which is a Sarkeesian curse word, and kind of moves her hands again and opens a portal that's spinning in between Renovia and the other adamant talon, and the portal, from within the portal, a lance shoots out on both sides and pierces both of them, casting Puncture the Veil as a full round, and instead of targeting one person for double, I target 2 for the regular amount.
Nice.
So they'll both get 1 bleeding for 3 rounds, and they both take 3 points of damage.
Right, oh, you've applied the 30 points of damage, and we need... bleeding. Hopefully I can copy and paste that. No, I didn't want to do that. I want to do that and that and that. Yay, there we go.
There you go.
And 2 rounds, did you say?
3.
Oh, 3 rounds. No, not 23 rounds. Nobody likes that number.
23 rounds? Go for it.
Yeah, no, not 23 rounds. All right, and that was your full round, wasn't it?
That was a full round action.
All right, okay. Yeah, Adamant Talon 8 is not enjoying Yeva's ministrations. So is going to consider life choices. Considered, they are going to move up and just start wailing on Yeva with the claws. For 17 to hit.
Okay.
And they strike out at you, dealing 9 points of acid and slashing damage as they just rake their claws against you.
She's able to absorb most of the blow, but her stamina is being depleted.
Oh, you won't be the first one to bleed, at least. Can we get there? All right, Flimsy, you are up.
seeing Yiva gets slashed by this talon, Flimsy's going to run up, but Flimsy cannot get into any position to be any physical threat at this stage.
Oh.
Can I still get a shot at it from there?
You can get a shot at it from there, yes.
Cool. I'm going to run up and kind of try and aim the excavation laser around Eva, maybe dial it back down a little bit in case there's any kind of excess flare, and take the shot.
All right.
Get back from the magic one.
Oh my word, Flimsy!
That's a natural 20.
Flimsy is just a monster today.
He's figured out the mind laser, that's the thing.
I am a dwarf and I'm mine. For 18 points of damage.
Total of 18 points of damage. You've only just started damaging this one, so they're not looking too shabby, but with the way that Flimsy's behaving, that's not going to last too long.
Mm-hmm.
All right, top of the round is Trix.
Like the opening of a James Bond film, she's just gonna slowly wheel into view. And
Still on the chair.
Still on the chair.
I don't remember when James Bond did it on the chair. But...
Yeah.
It was the director's cut. Oof, but that's a 19. The trick attack's not gonna go off.
Didn't make...
It was the lack of speed. But I do hit.
Oh,
I still at it. For 17 in total and 6 points of non-lethal
Pew.
electricity damage, I assume.
Yes.
All right. Jahir, you are up.
Jahir's just going to look her in the eyes and just quite calmly looking at her eyes to say, "Yield or lose your head."
Yield to the likes of you, never.
Okay.
That'd be so embarrassing.
We're going to go for the head removal. That is a 20, unnatural 20.
20 to hit, will indeed hit.
And that is a 15.
Nice. I shall never surrender to the likes of you. You are the reason
Make
why.
a saving throw.
Oh yeah, we need a
Oh, it's
saving
her
throw.
turn, isn't it? So yeah, not mine.
Yep. It's one of them where it's I do need to make the saving throws. Technically, it's on your turn, but seeing as though it reminds me a little bit better on their turn, and it's the same round, just near enough. Finally, there we go. The poison has been stopped with a 15 on the die, but they still have, they can't take reactions. They're still flat-footed. They've still lost the dex bonus and to their AC and -2 to essentially everything. They are gonna strike out at you again, just ramming this tactical Doshkari into your side. For a 5 on the dice, that's a miss. Be better.
Jahir wanted a challenge. What are you
I know
doing?
Jahir wanted a challenge. I'm trying, but Jahir also poisoned them.
I do like this grand architect of the situation's getting beaten by a bunch of just traders who stumbled in here.
The thing is, it's not even by a bunch of you. None of you have engaged them. It's just Jahir. One trader has walked in here and is just making a mess of them. Yeva, you're up.
Yeva will, with one hand up to block any of those claws that are coming, take a guarded step back and raise up her lens pistol and take a shot at this adamant talon.
All right. Move you away. There we go.
That is an 18 to hit
An 18 will indeed hit.
for 6 points of damage.
Nice. They are not looking so good. It is now their turn. And they take a 5-foot step towards you.
Ugh. Ugh.
And they are gonna strike out. With their claws to hit you. And that is a 28 to hit.
Yeah.
For another 8 points of slashing and acid damage.
Okay.
And it is over to Flimsy.
Flimsy is gonna keep his eye on this Talon. I said, stay back. That's going to do another attack with the excavation laser. Not a full round, just a regular attack. Let's try and take a shot at it. For hits.
You're a monster.
19. 8 points of damage.
11 points damage.
Oh, it's 11. Oh, sorry. I don't know where I got that from.
Is that 8 adamant talons 8
Oh, there we go. That's what it is.
for 11 points of damage?
I was going to 5-foot step up to the Talon to try and get its attention a little bit.
All right, you might have it. You've been making a mess of it.
What? Wave the cannon around. Looking for this?
And that is where we are going to be leaving it this session. End of round 4. Will anybody die other than the bad guys?
No bad guys died yet, apart from that guy in the other room.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I'm talking about you guys.
Oh no.
What do you mean? You don't get to decide and just go no. His bleeding at least. You're bleeding at least. Yeva's bleeding.
Yeah.
Flimsy's really turned this around since the first few sessions where they were always the first to hit the floor.
He used to get the feet that let you get up quicker once you're down. That means you don't get damage anymore.
But yes, I have been and will continue to be Kyron Russmore. You can find it here again next week for the ultimate session of All the Glitters Explodes before we go on a brief hiatus between books. And yeah, you can usually find me over on my channel, streaming a variety of video games at twitch.tv/Kyron Russmore. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Over to you, Flimsy.
Hello, I am JC64. You can find me on my Twitch channel at JC64, where I stream on Thursdays playing the Expedition of No Man's Sky as we're finding all kinds of strange critters. And then on Saturday mornings at 9:30 a.m. where I am playing Red Dead Redemption 2 as we come towards the end of Batman Arthur's adventures with the gang. And that's me.
Hi everyone, I am Krivu Bernal. I am a producer here at Manapod Studios. I'm also a TTRPG content creator in other places as well. You can find me on my own channel occasionally these days, but I will also be back role-playing on Wednesday over at the Capricorn Cross, twitch.tv/the Capricorn Cross, as we work our way through the Wrath of the Righteous Adventure Path converted for 2nd edition at 7 p.m. GMT.
Tricks.
No, hi, I'm Crit Commissions. You can find me across various social media platforms drawing artsy things.
And here.
I'm RetroTed. You can find me at twitch.tv/RetroTed. We are currently playing Baldur's Gate 2, and we're occasionally slipping in some LA Noir. So you shall find me on Wednesday afternoon.
Okay. Sorry. So yes, we will be back next week. My brain has gone, and I've forgotten what I'm supposed to be saying right now. We will be streaming. We will be streaming. No, we won't be streaming. We'll be raiding after this, and we do hope that you'll join us all. And I hope to see you next time. Until then, daddy bye.